Hey everybody, it's Matty here with Altcoin Buzz with you on this Saturday. Hope you're having a fantastic one and a very fine weekend. It is the weekend, and usually we're used to seeing price retracements in terms of the crypto market over your normal Saturday and Sunday. We have some decent activity here and some nice positive green action. The entire market is up a couple of percentage points, nothing crazy, nothing too insane, but a nice modest little bump. And among the top 10, I'm going to single out a couple of winners here over the last 24 hours, notably Tron up over 8% in the last 24 hours, and Litecoin up over 11% in the last 24 hours. I'm not entirely sure why, but if we take a look at Charlie Lee, Satoshi Light on Twitter, he retweeted Litecoin.com, which talked about the Lightning Network, the Litecoin Lightning Network specifically, which has just surpassed 100 active nodes. I don't think this in itself is entirely the reason behind that little pump, but I'm sure it's a variable that factored in. If you want to read about that specifically, you can check it out here on Litecoin.com. Again, Litecoin, a Lightning Network, passes 100 nodes. So good news out there for all the Litecoin hodlers. I include myself in that demographic, of course. If there's some other activity or some other rationale behind this recent rise in prices, we're going to stay abreast as much as possible and alert you guys to it. But something interesting to track, especially for a weekend. In other news today, we're going to look at a couple of stories, including Coinbase, which is losing staff to TrustToken. We'll take a look at an Altcoin Buzz tweet that's going to put things in perspective and hopefully cheer you up if you're feeling kind of melancholic about this market. But let's begin here, as always, on altcoinbuzz.io with this piece by Licia. Bitcoin's ATMs manufacturer has finally found its home. So Lamassu Industries AG of Lucerne, the company which produces Bitcoin ATMs, has long since been looking for a proper home. After multiple banks rejected it, the manufacturer relocated to Lucerne, Switzerland, and it turned out to be a great decision. Zug just seems to be the crypto valley of the world. So here's a quote. For years, we've been searching for a home to call our own, and we finally found it in the majestic Swiss canton of Lucerne. That's courtesy of Zach Harvey, who's the co-founder of Lamassu, which has now been renamed to Lamassu Industries AG. As Licia writes, since the crypto valley in Switzerland is alive and kicking, Lamassu decided to settle there. The crypto mat industry, aka Bitcoin ATMs, is booming, and while we grow, we want to be in a place where rules are well-defined and regulators are pro-innovation. Of course, why not? So despite some previous difficulties and some obstacles that the company face in Switzerland, things are different. Lamassu has already opened an account at a local bank that is completely aware of their business model and happy to have them on board, and Harvey promises to install a cryptomat in its headquarters soon. Most likely, its customers will be able to retrieve Bitcoin, Zcash, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Dash. And according to Lamassu's official website, they currently support only these tokens. Hopefully more will be added soon. So let us know if you're from this part of the world and if this is something that you'd like to see more of. Would you support this? Would you avail yourself of a Bitcoin ATM? And whether the answer is yes or whether the answer is no, do you think this company made a good move in relocating to this part of the world? It sounds like they did, based on the climate there, which is very supportive of their move. You can take a look at this questions and answers section on lamassu.is/FAQ, frequently asked questions. You'll get your answers as to which fiat currencies are supported by their business, which cryptocurrencies are supported, and which languages are supported. In our final piece today, we're taking a look at Coinbase, which is purportedly losing staff, and it's losing staff to TrustToken. This is also an article by Licia. Stablecoins are becoming more and more popular, not only among crypto hodlers, but also among high crypto profiles. Vaishali Mehta, a former senior compliance manager at Coinbase, is one of them. She has recently joined TrustToken as head of compliance. So she worked at Coinbase for less than a year before switching to TrustToken, the company which issues the USD-pegged True USD. Here's a quote. Crypto is an exciting place, and I've been lucky to have been part of this madness. I really related to TrustToken's vision to foster a new financial future, which is resilient to fraud, failure, and greed. That's Meta's spokesperson who commented on her decision to leave Coinbase. So as Licia writes, this may be a pattern because of stablecoins, which are more and more on the road to recognition. It seems they are in vogue given the current bear market, with BTC still trading below $4,000 and altcoins struggling to perform. Fiat currency pegged tokens are attracting traders at a steady pace. You guys can read more about what Bitfinex did in 2018. There was also Diar, which describes itself, as Licia writes here, as a weekly institutional publication and data resource analyzing digital currency and assets. So they published a report which emphasized that stablecoins saw a whopping 1,032% increase in on-chain transactions, between just September and November of 2018. So that's about a 2-month window, maybe 3. And in that same report, oddly enough, it stated that the only token which was doing relatively unwell was True USD. Perhaps this explains why the company employed high-profile executives like Meta and why they poached them from other successful companies like Coinbase. Purportedly poached. Who knows if that's actually the truth of it. But Coinbase has seen a substantial outflow of skilled workers in the last couple of months. The company, which has recently transferred an unprecedented sum of $5 billion, they lost Adam White. He opted to work for Bakkt instead. And before that, you had Mike Lempres, who held the position of Chief Policy Officer at Coinbase. He joined a crypto fund created by Andreessen Horowitz. So all we can do is really speculate and pontificate, but it does seem like top talent is leaving Coinbase. Some of them are teaming up with TrustToken, some of them are doing other things, but let us know your thoughts on this development and what you think about the future of stablecoins. Maybe that's going to be another pillar of 2019. It definitely seems to be a trend that's worth considering and worth staying on top of. If you want to learn more about Diar, again, the weekly institutional publication and data resource analyzing digital currency and assets, you can check out their website here. It's diar.co, diar.co. You can read their latest issue. And just finally, on a light note, a tweet from the other day at Altcoin Buzz.io. Looking at the figures below, 21 million max supply sounds very good and reminds us why Bitcoin is a store of value. This from January 3rd on the 10-year block anniversary of Bitcoin's first block. So this is quoting here something from the Spectator Index talking about inflation. Just in 2018, Venezuela, 200,000% inflation. Of course, they were the outlier, they were the exception. But you can go down the list here. Argentina, Turkey, Iran, Ethiopia, Nigeria, all in double-digit inflation. Remember, guys, we're now a couple of days past the 10-year block anniversary, but Bitcoin is deflationary. Inflation does not exist in the world of most cryptocurrencies, certainly not Bitcoin. It's just nice to be able to remind ourselves of that once in a while. So check out this list and check out the tweet if you're interested. As always, everybody, do be sure you're following Altcoin Buzz and altcoinbuzz.io. We are also on Facebook and Instagram. And I wish you all the very best if you choose to invest. But have yourselves a wonderful Saturday, a wonderful weekend, and we hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.